Squeaky's on the windowsill, king of the throne. Charlie's got a feather toy, she's in her zone. Doobie's in the kitchen, knocking stuff down. 3 cats ruling this crazy little town.
Good morning. How are you today? That was a moment of silence for a dear, and yes, it was a kitty, but it impacted my beautiful family way harder than you think it did. My South Carolina family, Pam and her children, and so that was a moment of silence for Junie. That was a very sad, tragic thing that you went through yesterday. And I know you'll probably touch up on it on your vlog, so it's not my business to be saying, but I just wanted to honor her in my video. I also wasn't even going to do a video in honor of her. But then I thought that you guys needed my face and my funniness and my stumbling over words and my farts more today than ever. So here's a video. Here's a video. And I bring those buttholes into it. But yeah, I was just like, I'm not even going to do a video just in honor of, and then I thought, they need me more today than yesterday. And they needed me more yesterday than they needed me the day before. So I'm here for you, Pam and Sterling and Journey. I'm here for all of you. I don't know what I'm going to talk about today, but I'm going to clean my camera off. I did an impromptu ride to my mom and dad's yesterday. Man, I feel like I fell off in the ditch and I'm still laying in it. My hands and my knees just ache. And I wonder if that's because of the weather. I have no flopping clue. But and then you just saw what their exchange is. I don't like you, but I'll lay near you. Again, bring in a cat to honor another one. But that's the progress that's going on over here. Oh. Mom looked very sad, but understanding. She said something about buying some sort of food. Yogurt. It was just yogurt. I said, Mom, I can't afford that. I said, you know what I have in my house right now? I said, I have beans and rice and spices. I said, that's what I can afford. I said, I like beans and rice and spices, so that's a good bonus. I said, but I can't afford extras. So she looked sad because I can't afford extras. And then she looked happy because I know how to take care of myself when I know how to make the food dollars stretch. Of course that makes her happy. They taught me how to do that. So she gave me some yogurt and some leftover spaghetti. which I was very grateful for. And then Dad, he didn't even hear what I said. And he says, "Hey, did you ever try these sausages?" And it was, well, we can get up and go see it. You guys, my dad slipped me the sausage yesterday. Like, quite literally. But he said, try these. They're $2 a roll instead of $6 a roll. Now, this one is pork, and he says there's virtually no fat in it. But it says it's ground pork, but it's by Tyson. So, and then, Charlie, get out of my refrigerator. Now, this one is turkey. And what I would probably do with both of these, Charlie, get out of there, is I'll mix them. I'll fry them up together and mix them. Because alone, turkey is probably going to have a very weird texture to me. But, and I'm sorry about the halo, guys. Kitten, 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 kitten. Doopa doopa doo. I don't want to love you. But yeah, turkey on its own, because I used to buy it. Because turkey meat is less expensive than pork, beef, even chicken. So I used to buy it, and I'd make hamburger helper out of it. You know, because hamburger helper at that point in time that I was buying it was like 88 cents a box. And years ago, you guys. Years and years ago. Did you hear that sound? Blah, 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 blah. That's her. She thinks she's getting fed. This is not the signed up for, y'all. I don't know. Halo. I got this for free. And I know why I got it for free. So remember, I was using it to mush up those beans. This thing. Hamilton Beach. It started freaking smoking. I was like, well, so I'll keep the cord and throw the thing away. Move out of my way. There's my hook. Stop, kitten! She's right under every foot I've got, which is only 2. Believe it or not, Aunt T's not that much of a freak. I have 2 feet. If I was a guy, I'd have 3. Oh, Aunt T, you're such a pervy. Let's see, where is that? There's this. I'm making a coffee. It's 65 outside, so it means it's probably about 70 inside. And look, I'm still glowing. Woo-hoo. So I'm making a coffee. I was telling Mom and Dad, because they said it was something about coffee on days like this, like the 90-degree weather we had. And I said, I absolutely cannot do that. I said, I have to drink water. And they're trying to give me solutions on this, that, and another thing. And I'm like, why? If I'm having more water, why would you want to give me a solution to having more water? But they're just trying to help me out. Hello, Puff. No, I'm not feeding you. Pam had given me this shirt. And when I was going to go clean it, well, for one thing, it's a 12. Well, it's a dress, actually. When I went to go clean it, there were holes in, like, the sleeve or something like that. So I took the, what is that called? The bodice? The skirt part off. And here we go, with you having to look at the light again. But, oh, there's the holes in that too. Darn it. Well, what I'm thinking of now is that will become a shirt. One of those A-line shirts that I was talking about that isn't stretchy across my Dunlap and showing it off prominently. Like I said, it makes me feel good to be able to, it's there, but it doesn't have to say, hello, good morning. It can just say, oh, I'm here. So I like to see if I could do that. And I thought this would be the perfect project. I know yellow does not look good on me because it makes me look like I have the flu. It just makes me look like I'm sick. But see, it just does not. But it's got the blue in it, so I thought there might be a way to do something about that. And where the hole is right there, I can always make a yoke that hangs down. And I'm thinking with that one sweater that I bought from Meijer that I started taking apart and I started using for these, because that's the Meijer sweater, and it's also the sparkly sweater, and I might use the sparkly sweater one too. I might do that granny square and make it just a yoke that hangs down to cover that hole. But it had holes in it, so I was like, either throw it out or experiment with it. Well, I can experiment with it, and if it doesn't work out, it could still be thrown away. It couldn't have been redonated. And again, it being a 12, I couldn't have done it, couldn't have worn it the way it was. And it is polyester. Like it says it's 100% polyester. But they had cotton holding it together, cotton thread holding it together. That's actually the thread that came off of it. So there's already pre-holes in it too, which means I could do something with it. I'll have to figure out something for the neckline. But I'll have to figure out something for the neckline. Oh. Hey, there's a necklace I could wear. My mom had said this was from my Auntie Krista, who the dragonfly is for. And I remember her having stuff like this clasp, which has got green on it, so but when I had it, when I made it, you want to know something? This thing was almost like a choker. My neck was so big, this thing was, it hung like that on me. So when I made it, I was like, oh, well, necklaces aren't for me. But then I've just recently tried it on, and I thought, oh, that looks nice on me. So, and then again, when I am able to, low puff, when I'm able to, I will be getting those plastic jewels and stuff like that and see if they'll glue to my skin. If they'll glue to my skin, then I got earrings that aren't going to hurt me. You know what? It's just in a pursuit of me wanting to feel pretty. And being allergic to absolutely freaking everything that touches your skin. Soap? Allergic to soap? Which honestly, yes, I do use it, and that's where I get the eczema from. Oh, that's gonna be too hot. I didn't even take a sip, but it's gonna burn my throat. That's where I get the eczema from, is using soap, because, and I'm allergic to it. Dish soap, as far as I know, Castile does not make dish soap. Castile soap, bar soap, is the only thing that I have not reacted to on my skin. Oh, that's my grinder. My coffee grinder. I was like, hey, I thought I found it. I thought I lost that. Didn't, oh my, please, really? Okay. From the other washer. I'll find the piece that I want eventually for the little tiny blender. But that one, it started smoking and smelling electrical, and I was like, nope. That's your last. That's probably why I found it in the free box. But anyway, yeah. Gluing gems to myself, and has nothing to do with wanting to be anything but, oh, that's not her grabbing my leg, that's a piece of wire grabbing my leg. It has to do with Auntie wants to feel pretty, and Auntie wants to wear jewelry, but Auntie's allergic to most jewelry. And soap, and just about anything you can put on your skin, lotions, anything that's got a scent to it. And then again, breathing. Anything that's got fur or feathers, I'm allergic to. I'm even allergic to my own cats. But not as bad, like I've explained before. Because, there we go. Not as bad as I have explained before, because I turn my tablet on so that you guys have some light on my face, but it's not glowing down at me. I live with my cats, so my immune system is used to them. But I ask Pam. I'll walk into her house, or I'll walk into my mom and dad's house that has a different cat, or my niece's house that has a different cat, and I am, unless I've taken my allergy medicine, I'm down. I'm like that. It's like dang near flu. My nose starts running, my eyes are watering, I'm like, I can't go. I get respiratory issues. So, yeah, I'm allergic to cats. I'm even allergic to mine. But again, I live with them. And I'm used to them. Doobie, I'm having issues with her. She'll get up on me, and if I haven't had my meds that day, sneeze, 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 sneeze until she leaves. New cat, new dander. Going back to the shirt that I said I was starting, if I put a mesh or something over it to cover that hole, that unsavory hole, in the cloth, it'll still have the integrity of the yellow at the bottom, but it won't be washing my face out at the top, is what my concern is. And I might just use the sparkly one, because you know what? Sparkly's pretty. And I liked the sweater. It was pretty. But the collar, I hadn't realized it, and maybe it wasn't me because I didn't wear makeup with it, was stained. And it, again, just didn't fit me right. And I could have extended it, but again, the collar was stained, and it was white. And it's like, For one thing, with the stained collar, and again, it looks like it was makeup. Somebody wore it with makeup. What I can do with that is make it into its own segment and have like a brown sparkly. A light brown sparkly. And separate it. So, there's that. Oh, with that blue shirt I was making, I gotta get that out of my bed. I ate the rest of my spaghetti my mom and dad gave me yesterday for breakfast. But it's in my bed, and it should not be here. And I have to get up and gather those materials I was talking about anyway. Tripping over shoes. Washing my clothes. I am washing my clothes because they I can't find both of my shoes. I just can't find them. I need my remote. Where's my remote? There it is. Ta-da! And then, so that's the shirt I was working on. Where is that? I found that green skirt and I put it somewhere. This used to be a 4X shirt, which is the one that I had sewed to fit around my neck. Well, I was talking to Pam one day and I absolutely looked like Kermit the Frog. So I took the sleeves off of it and yep, okay. This was the bottom part. It already had the seam in it, so I just put some elastic. So it's a skirt. So I figured those, and the color scheme of my comforter here indicates to me that these two will look good together. So that's an outfit that I'm working on too. I guess I could put my necklace up because I'm not going anywhere. Ow! Ow! Oh! It got caught in my bird's nest. Ow! I don't like to hang it up because Charlie steals it. I had a collection of jewelry. Moody, when we first started talking for birthdays and stuff, would naturally send me necklaces and bracelets and stuff that I couldn't fit around my fat arms and neck. So I hung them up on the wall, and every single one of them have disappeared because Charlie has stolen them and hidden them somewhere. They were over here. No, absolutely none of them besides that one that I just showed you. I could make my own out of glass beads, because glass beads don't bother me. Glass beads don't bother me. What I wanted to do, time consuming, la la la, and I'm not crafty enough. I wanted to make paper beads, but I can't. There are certain angles you have to make with the scissors to the paper to be able to do that. There are also, you have to have a drying rack, and you have to this, and you have to that. So that's a whole new beast. I'd have to create drying racks and create all sorts of stuff. I do have a paper bead necklace I got with Pam, but I have no idea where I have it, where I put it. So, yay, go me again. I could use that yellow and blue. No, I'm going to make something for it. Whew, I need my remote again. Huh. I turned the fans off, both of them, for my moment of silence. So I'm like, turn the fan back on. No, I'm probably going to use that blue because it'll work great. Oh, that's going to feel good. Because it was, again, it was like a 3X. And I got it as a 3X on purpose because I like bigger clothes. But this blue, and I took the arm apart on the other side, but that blue matches that blue. Well, kind of, because I think that's black maybe. But that looks like dark blue to me. And I think this would make a good cover for it, and I'm going to do that today. Even though I shouldn't, because guess what? I have other projects like that one light blue shirt that I started. I'm not stuck on it. It's just I'm bored with it. And I have a doily I started, and I have another outfit I started, and I have. Again, that's where a lot of that pile of stuff came from. Was, oh, I can make something out of this, and I haven't yet. I wonder if they're gonna copyright me for that tune. It was Unchained Melody. It was their tune. They'll probably copyright me for it, but that's how I go through it. I make parodies all day long. Like, every one of the cats has a parody song to their name. Charlie Puff goes to the tune of Lollipop. Charlie Puff, oh Charlie, Charlie Puff. And then Squeaky is Big Girls Don't Cry. Squeaky, Squeaky Baby. And then Doobie is Doobie Doobie Doo. Where are you? Mama love a baby. And then there's Mama love her baby kitties, her pretty Charlie and her Squeaky. Mama love the beep beep baby. Mama love her pretty kitties. Sorry, I have a horrible singing voice. Horrid. But anyway, I make parodies all the time. Turn that off, turn the fan part back on. There we go. La la la. So I hope they don't. And I don't know why I do that. Like that simple thing about the remote. Like, who does that? Apparently Auntie does. In it being 60, what is it? Not 60, it's only 58 outside, but inside, where the heck are my glasses? Where the heck are my glasses? La la la. And see, that's where I get in trouble on YouTube too, is because I want to sing everything. That's another reason why I think there's autism going on. Let's see, it is Okay, it's 58 outside. It's 69 inside. I can't show you because it's dark. Maybe it'll show. Ow! I think my battery might need to be changed since it says it's Wednesday at 8 o'clock in the morning and it's 7:19. You and your needles in my arm. We're gonna have a talk, little baby. And then singing everything like that, I don't understand because I have a disconnect from music. Like, I do not enjoy sitting there listening to much of anything musically anymore. 50s, sometimes. The bebop, do the twist and that kind of stuff, sometimes. But anything else, country, pop, rock, I used to really love, you're probably going to shoot me in the foot for this one, country music in the 90s. Trace Atkins, Toby Keith, Garth Brooks, those guys. I loved them. Now I just can't stand sitting there listening to music. I can't stand the extra noise. And I don't know if that is a trauma response or what it is. But it's extra noise that my mind cannot handle having that. I don't like watching movies and TV because there's that extra noise. The car crashes and fight scenes and action. I've always been scared to death of, not scared, grossed out by horror movies. By gorer movies is what I call them. Horror's okay. Dracula, Frankenstein, psychological Alfred Hitchcock, yeah! But you get into slice and dice like Saw, gross. Just, ugh. It makes my tummy do funny things like, oh. And plus, even though I have gone to God, I still feel when somebody's injured. I can, and I don't know what that is, but you can describe an injury. Like when I thought Pam was cutting her nails, I could feel it, and I was like, oh. So those kinds of movies do not do anything positive for me. Little kid movies, sure, I'll watch them, but I feel my intelligence going down about 10 points because they're learning, well, I mean, supposedly learning stuff from it, okay? So it's like, I already know this. I feel kind of watching it. Love movies that isn't reality in my mind is like, this is dumb. This ain't gonna happen. This isn't the way life is. This is, fairy tale crud. Disney, I can't stand Disney. The reason I can't stand Disney is they lie to you. If you float around and you sing like this, you will find your handsome prince. You'll get married someday. La 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 la. It's bull crap. And they're all 16 and they run away from their parents. Every one of them. If you watch them, it's the It's the same story with different characters. Kind of like watching a Jason Voorhees movie. Like, I watched that, and all 27 of them, I'm like, it's the same movie. Different era, different actors. It's the same script. Comedians? Comedians are funny. Especially that sack galloping fungus. They think he's funny. He ain't funny unless he's got a script in front of him. And that's somebody else's work. He's just playing it out. Not funny. I saw some of his stand-ups. He ain't even standing up. He's leaning on crap. Big old lumpy guy with a beard. Looks like he needs to take a shower and stuff. He ain't even funny. Somebody else was funny, but he played it out. Again, an actor. So, I can't get into the fantasy of those kinds of things. My mind sees the reality of it, and it's not enjoyment. Books, my mind should be putting movies in my head, and I should be enjoying those. I do not. You've seen my 20,000. I thought I had a charger under me. I felt a volt of warm in my arm. Probably arthritis. You've seen my 10,000 projects laying around. I just showed you 2 of them. 3 of them. 4 of them. Okay? Imagine that mind trying to read a book. I sit here and I'll read a book. Short stories do great for me. I'll do okay with short stories. Hi, Squeaky. You want to get on Mama's lap? I got a blankie for you. But if I get into a novel, I have to be in a silent room with 0 distractions, or I will be reading the same paragraph for 5 months. Like, I have books. I don't have the book anymore because I started, and I read most of it. Was that, is it The Dead Zone by Stephen King? I read almost every single one of it, but I don't know how it ends because there's like 2 chapters I didn't finish. And I started reading that in the 90s. Because they had a TV show, The Dead Zone. And I liked that. That was a good show. It was a nice suspense, and it was a nice, look into what could happen mentally with somebody. So it was pretty good. And it was a good book. I just put it down one day and never went back to it. So, I mean, rule of thumb, if you turn to a random page and the story hooks you in, then you're going to like the book, right? I do the same thing. I do like the book. I don't have the patience or the time or the attention span to read that. So that's out. Music, TV, books. I don't like entertainment because entertainment is a lie. And I can't get past the fantasy part of it. It's like my eyes will not let me see 3D. The newer 3D that they did with the Harry Potter made me nauseous and gave me a headache. And it was like, and it started, and this pain started right here in my temples. So it affected my eyes. And then the older one with the red and the blue, even with the glasses on, I saw the 3 different layers. I saw the red layer, the blue layer, and the movie layer. Wait a minute. The blue, I don't remember what side was what, but I could see the 1 layer here, the 1 layer here, and the 1 layer there. And it never looked like it was 3D to me. It looked like 3 separate views of the same movie. So I can't do 3D either. That's these things, the disconnect with the language, where simple words come out. Like, I tried to say potato and onion one time, and it came out patunyon. And it's common for me to trip over words like that. And when I tell you, I try to raise my thumb or wave to you, and it comes up a middle finger, it's not because I want it to. It's because my hand says, no, I'm not doing that. You're going to flip this person off. It's not a conscious decision. That is why I think I'm autistic. That, and I look like Albert Einstein. Apparently he was autistic. There's certain dude that likes to hang out in the government. Autistic. I think they both are, but the one in charge isn't going to admit to it. There's definitely a disconnect between mind and body with me. And man, I'm always walking into walls and tripping over that brick and bumping my head on stuff. It's bumping my head on stuff. That's what the disconnect is. You knocked yourself silly. But I come off as a really, really dumb person. I'm not. It's just I can't get this to interpret outwardly. Like, I'll have a beautiful scene in my mind. I can't draw it. I can't even draw a stick person. I cannot draw a straight line with a ruler because it'll appear to be straight, but it'll go like this. That's why when I told you I had to cut that blue shirt the other day because it was going like this, because I thought I cut it straight. And I'd used, I think, a tape measure for that one. I cannot coordinate mind with body. Pam said something about learning. Oh, she was showing me clogging, Western clogging videos, and I said I tried to learn how to clog dance. I said I can't make my body do that. I said, and this may sound a little racist. White girls can't dance. This old white woman can't. I told that to my niece one day. I was at a powwow with her because she actually is part Native American, and this happens to be my sister Rivka's daughter. She was maybe in her teens. She said, "Auntie, come into the arena with me." And I said, "Honey, I love you, but white girls can't dance. At least this one can't. There are some that can. There are a lot that can. This one can't. This one cannot." The rhythm, I can't beat to the rhythm of a song. Like, it'll be going boom, 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 and I'm over here going boom, 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 boom. I can't do interpretive dancing, I suppose. Again, that's where I think, and again, I'm not diagnosed, and I probably should be. It would answer a whole lot of questions. But I'm not diagnosed because there is nothing they can do for me if I am. I just have to be the bumbling old fool I already am. And I say fool because I appear to be one. Don't take me for a fool, because I'll slice you right on off. But I appear to be one. My parents, for the longest time, thought I was not able to learn stuff. I was learning stuff left and right. They're realizing it now. They're like, Mom even said yesterday, she says, I was scared to death. 82. That you guys, including over there, we're not going to be able to take care of yourselves. And she says, I see it now that you're doing it and you're doing it good. I said, I had no other choice. I said, when you thought I couldn't do that, I had choices. You guys were taking care of me. And not only were you taking care of me, you insisted on doing it. Okay? I had no other choice. Now I have no other choice than to do it myself. Oh, are you chewing on cords over there, you little turd? What? Oh, yes, you're a brat. No. Oh, well, I guess you get the glowing of my phone. It's gonna show you. Oh, she's gonna attack. Oh, there's Charlie minding our business too. Come here, you nosy little fool. Come on, nosy. Here goes Squeaky. He's like, he was just right here. And she come up and she jumped on his head. Baby does nothing but move and play. Ow! Put my toes in there. Now you be gentle. Be gentle. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. You can play and be gentle. You don't have to be my toes demise. No, you be gentle. It's a good girl. I have to teach her. No, ow. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. You can play and be gentle. That's a good girl. Then go pick on somebody else. And having a plethora of nothing but sentences that are unfinished. That, again, is the diagnosed ADHD. Well, they quite literally mean hyper. I'm sorry, I am not hyper. So, and I never was hyper. I mean, I ballooned up to 400 pounds. A 400-pound person is not hyper. No. I honestly do think it's hyperactivity in the brain, because you've seen it working. I can do this and I can do that. And when I would get together with my friends, I would over laugh. I would laugh to the point where I wanted to evacuate. And tears and other runnings and things like that would happen. And it wasn't that funny. I mean, it seriously wasn't that funny, but I thought it was. Go back. And when I was a kid, we had Winnie the Pooh themed nicknames in the family. Mom was Pooh Bear, short and fat and full of fluff and stuff. Dad was Christopher Robin, because Dad was Christopher Robin. Rain's middle name was Bernadette, which literally means little bear, I think. And I was Tigger. I'm bouncy, flouncy, trouncy, flouncy, fun, 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 fun. But you know, Tigger. So when I was a kid, I definitely was hyperactive. I would wake up, chatter, chatter, chatter all day long, and then fall asleep in the middle of a sentence. And it had nothing to do with chemicals or drinking coffee, or I probably should have been drinking coffee. But I grew out of that. And I think that it developed into ADD rather than ADHD. But again, my brain is overtime. That is another reason why I've touched on the subject of telling you that I microdose. It's not because I like it anymore. I did like it. I was self-medicating. I was drinking a lot of alcohol and a lot of green and sedating myself. So I will absolutely tell you I was self-medicating because I didn't want their drugs back then either. My remote again. And it was a fun activity, and I liked being able to not be in the moment. And since then, again, my theory is if you are like that with your loved ones, my family, you're not there. My point before was I didn't want to be there. Physically, I showed up, but mentally, I was somewhere else. On Mars or in Uranus. So now, when I do microdose, the side benefit is I get to stop this for a few minutes. The big benefit I use it for is my arthritis. And I'm not BSing anybody. I don't inhale the stuff anymore. I get gummies, and it's microdose, and it's through the mail. And I know it's legal to have them because you can get them through the mail. And you can get them, I think there's 2 states you really cannot have them, absolutely have those either. But the rest of the United States, you can get them in the mail. So I know they're legal to have. I could fly on an airplane with them in my pocket. I do not. The reason I do not is A, that gives them a reason to suspect me of other things. And B, if I go on an airplane, I'm going to go see Pam and there's no reason for me to be high. I want to be in the moment. Mocktails are fun, and I can't drink, and I wouldn't. Especially if I went to... You know, when I went to see Pam when I was smoking cigarettes, I stopped. The whole time I was there, I didn't have one. I had it on my way there. I had it on my way... standing at the airport in Traverse City waiting to get on the plane. That was the last one for a week. So I don't want all of that stuff. Even a cigarette. None of them did it. None of them. They did. They may have in the past or whatever. But none of them did it. And did I want Journey looking at me and saying, "What are you doing?" I didn't want the kids to see me do that. I thought it was a bad influence. And to smell it on me. I walk in their house and it smells like flowers and I'm standing there smelling like an ashtray. No. And then I'd come home and I'd light up again. First thing I'd do is go buy a pack of cigarettes. Not a pack. I would not buy a pack of cigarettes because a pack of cigarettes cost the same amount as a bag of tobacco. A big bag of tobacco. Like, we're talking a big bag of it. So a pack of cigarettes was $8, and that bag was $8. So no brainer. I don't have the want for sometimes that one day I was like, and it was that day that dude got in my face. Mom and I talked about that too. Mom says, when you got in the altercation with that guy at the apartments, I says, do you know the entire story about that? I said, I bet you don't, because it shows Dad being a butthole. And I told her what happened. She goes, oh, that man, da da da. And then I said, you might want to watch him, because I think he needs to go in a home if he's going to be violent. She says, he won't go. He won't go. And you can't force him to do it. And she said, and we financially can't do that now. And we were discussing, she says, I'm scared to death of your living conditions, living in that trailer falling apart like that. He says, I've got places to go when you guys are gone. Don't worry about that. I've got places to go. And I said, I'm well aware that the floor is separating from the rest of the house. You can see it outside. As a matter of fact, I can get some pants on, of course. And put my chicken shoes on. I call them my chicken shoes because they resemble, except for she wears galoshes all the way up to her ankle. And I understand that. That stuff will splash all the way up your back if you let it. But I'll show them to you when I get outside. Literally, the house is separating from the floor. And that happens too. Oh, it's chilly out here. I like it. And that's just on my porch. So I'm well aware of what's going on. And I do have people who say that I can go with them. Rivka, for one thing. Bina is a possibility, and she said she might. I don't want to put that burden on Pam. She might want me there too. But I don't want to put that burden on Pam. We've tried that. But where I'm going with that is, and I gotta find that yarn Mom gave me the other day. I think I put it on the top of the fridge. No. Where I'm going with that is, I said, after you're gone, I have places to go. She says, why do that? Don't do that to yourself. And I looked at her, I said, Mom, you've got nobody else to help you. And you've got no other situation you can be in. And you need help. I said, I'm not doing that to you. I said, you wiped my butt when I needed it. I ain't wiping your butt. You can do that yourself. I said, but there is nobody else to step up and help you. There's my yarn that she gave me. And she about cried. But she's right. But I'm right. And that one over there, my mom is the worst mom in the entire world, and so is my dad, and she got replaced, and blah, 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 blah. And my niece can't get to her. My niece has epilepsy, and the only way that she can get to her, to do her laundry every week is to do her laundry at their house, and my dad goes and gets her. My daughter can't do it. She's in a care facility. There is nobody else to stand up to help these people. So, don't do that to myself. What kind of person would I be to let them to have a butthole in my face? I mean, she had good intentions by saying that to me. Don't do that to yourself. My face is starting to thin out again, even with my hair down. Good, because I've been working on that. Ow, in my eyeball. I know, you're right there, babes. That's where I was going with all of that. Was showing you my house and that kind of stuff. Trailers don't last forever. I know that. And I have potential places to go. And if the government don't like it, I could always set a tent up on my own dang property and live in that for as long as I need to. Even in the wintertime. I know people who've done that. And I know how you can do that. You basically have your tent and you build the snow up around it as like an igloo. Talking like this, I know several people, if they see this, they're going to say, you're not going to have to do that. This is the yarn Mom got me. The top one's a chunky yarn. I'll bring it out. My lighting in here... Charlie! My lighting in here sucks. So you can't see the true color of anything. She says, I thought these were your colors. This one. They are my colors. I love all of those. And this one reminds me of Pam. They're the fall colors. Hello, my pup. This cat is very clingy today. I think she's getting a little more used to the other one. Like you saw her and growl at her, but she'll sit near her. And she's coming to Mommy more often. She always looks like she's going. I don't know. I don't have much more to say. I brought out some yarn. I'm going to try to... And I got other things I need to do too. So... ADHD brain is going overtime again. I guess I'll talk to you later. I love you, Pam. And Sterling. And Journey. Okay, Sterling, I love you too. But... I have to say that. That's her husband. I do love him. He's a good man. And he's good to her. And he's good to the kids. He's a good dad. That man is a good dad. So I do love him. So, I love you. No. And he's very good at making things awkward and weird. No, I do. Pam, I love your husband. But because he's a very good man and he's very good to his family. That one is a gentleman. That's one of the rare cases that I won't stand up and try to outman him because he's doing it right. So anyway, I'm going to say, I'll see you later. Have a good day. Bye!